Okay, guys, welcome back to the CNJ show. I have my favorite, Jen and Juice, and I have my sister, NEEK, here. Now, we're just going to speak on the Kenneka Jenkins case. We're not really even speaking on it. We're just going to address some of the things with what some people were saying in the comments. And I know that there's certain topics that you're going to say. You're going to have a bunch of people that hate it, love it. That's just the world that we're living in. But I wanted to address some of these things. Okay. So now first, which you guys can look at some of our videos. We'll have them in there where we did like a short clip of who we are. And you could see, and then it's in the description. You're going to see, my sister NEEK and Jen, which her name is Jennifer. I don't call her that. I call her Jen and Juice. And you can go on Instagram and you can see how they look. Also, you've seen it in some of the intros. Then you can see me, Cynthia, in the intro. So you guys can get that like a good picture if that's what anybody was looking for. And I'm just addressing that to one of the people. Now, when I say Jen and Juice, this is what I call her. This is her nickname. That does not mean because we're talking about an issue with someone passing that we're not taking that serious. Because if I was in the church, I would say Jen and Juice. This is just the name that I call her. That's it. And if she wants to be called anything else, she can address that too. Now, that's for that. Now, this is what I did was I was asking questions because I wanted some of the things that were said. If I missed something, you guys can let me, know, put it down in the comment or however well. I forgot about Bree because her name really did not come up. And I really did forget that it was 3 friends. And I said 2 when I was saying Monifa, Irene, and I did mention Bree. And I don't even want to, if you guys are considering Kenneka, then I would have to say Kenneka and 3 of her friends was included, I guess, when they went. So I don't want to be so specific. We're not the investigators. So that's not something I wanted to do either. I know the same stories as everybody else, and I know mainly all these stories just from YouTube. And nothing that I'm saying. I've came from CNN, TBS, TSBC, PCT, Fox News, or anything has been from people channels. Okay. So now with that being said, some of the things that were said in the beginning, that Irene set her up. Irene was trying to look and get someone's attention because she had on her glasses. Her lips was shaking and she was very scared and nervous. Monifa is ugly. She's jealous. She didn't have her hair done. It was just only in a ponytail. I never really heard much with Bree. And if so, I can't remember what they said about that. It was about sex trafficking. They took her there. They supposedly had got 2,000, 10,000, 4,005. Let me just say all the numbers so they don't say that it's incorrect. The mom is a part of the Northern Stars. She loves purple and gold. She sacrificed her. The brother, Kenneka Jenkins' brother, passed, and this was a hit. So they were setting her up, or he went to jail. One of those two. Her boyfriend went to jail, and then she ended up with a new boyfriend. The boy at the party was a little bit older, who had the cup. He was the one that put whatever in the cup. It was a setup to rape her right inside of, right as the party is going on inside the hotel. They body slammed her. You can see that right on the corner. They body slammed her they picked her up. They body slammed her. Okay. Someone said, okay, wow, they're raping her right on the bed, and everybody's still dancing and recording. So
what you're doing right now, you're basically
I'm saying everything that people, yes, that was saying. Okay. And these are all the things that I said. Okay, So this is the stuff that was being said, along with a lot of other stuff. She was at the door for like, what, 2 seconds or something like that. And they came out and all this stuff was going on. So what I did was I asked you guys, do you think it was, do you believe in organ trafficking? Because they said that. They said a bunch of stuff. Do you believe in this? Did you think all these things? I just asked you guys this because these were the things that was said, which also, these was also the things that I feel, me personally, Cynthia, feel messed up the case as well. Because once this did get started, the Rosemont Police Department, I cannot remember, everybody's saying names. I do not remember the black man's name, and I'm African American, so I can't say the black man. And I don't like to even do stuff like this where you have to be so specific and direct with things, because people will take your information to be, I guess, a joke or something. I don't know. But I don't remember the guy's name. But he did too say, guys, listen, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, please stop with some of the things that you're saying. Let us handle it. Let us figure out what's going on, because you guys are messing up this case. Could you please stop? Okay. Hey, that's what he said. Maybe I have to put a little clip into that, but I'm pretty sure they'll know that. Now, okay. That happened. All this stuff happened. And then the next second, all this stuff happened. We go and we see Kenneka Jenkins stumbling in the hall. Nobody was there to help her, going back and forth, stumbling. And what that did was, because everybody was already seeing so much of different things, that immediately just got the attention of, oh, okay, as they went, did autopsy, whatever they had to do, and just say, you know what, she was drunk. This is, and it was an accident, guys. Nothing else happened. It was an accident. She was drunk. Even if some things don't make sense, and a lot of things I'm saying, me as Cynthia feels, a lot of things, some things did not make sense. But also, with kids, we know you have that type of mind frame, because I know I did. If someone is talking about you and you're saying things, you're going to get to that point where you don't care, because they're saying all this stuff. And I think that's what Monifa and Lorraine end up getting to this point where, like, look, I really don't care what y'all saying, because here it is. Y'all calling them ugly. You're saying all this stuff. And I don't feel like nobody, when she was waiting or whatever she did to step out the door for them to get her keys and phone, I don't think nobody came right back. If they did come out, because she's an adult and not a child, they probably thought that she went to the car, maybe even went with a guy probably was chilling. I don't know. Maybe they did not go and look right away. Who knows this part? We do not know that part. I don't know that part, you know. But my opinion is, yes, something did happen, but overall with it, you know, what we try to do is give our opinions and advice, but with it all, if you could talk to your kids, sons, whoever, talk to them and let them know, like, okay, the main thing was, forget all the theories that everybody came up with. Forget how anything happened, if someone took her or not. Bottom line is, during the time that she should have been seen and needed help, or somebody should have been watching, nobody was there, because everybody was lit. And as everybody is lit, nobody can come to a rescue, because your mind is not there. So how much do we put on people? You know, and this is where you two have to know the company that you're keeping, and we got to start letting our kids know, like, listen, hey, you're going to probably want to do some stuff, however you do it. You do it,
let me stop you real quick. Okay. Because I feel like when the first video, I feel like that was the things that, you know, we were saying. So it is kind of confusing, the reason why people were kind of like, what the people that did take, we did get a lot of great feedback, and we thank everybody for that. Yeah. But some of the negative things, which was confusing, is like, okay, you guys are still dropping basically conspiracy theories in the comments, and saying, well, you know, this, that, and the third happened. You guys missed this person's name. or whatever. Well, we weren't here to, you know, represent a case or basically be detectives or lawyers or anything like that.
Yeah.
Our whole thing was to raise awareness about, you know, children, if you're going somewhere, young teenagers or whatever, and you don't feel safe or you don't feel comfortable, or you follow your gut. Or number two, if you're around your friend or whatever, and they might be drunk or maybe not feeling well or whatever, not to leave them, you know, alone, because all we all are doing at this point is guessing. Nobody knows anything that happened.
And two, Neek, not to cut you, something that Jen and Juice said when she said, okay, you know what, first let's speak on really quick appearance, where we know, okay, we're judged every day by people with how you can look and act and do. Now, Jen put it and said something, and she said, okay, look, your judgment is impaired once you get drunk or something, or you're taking something right, whether it was by accident or you just took it. Once it infects your mind, you're no longer there. You're not going to do the things that you normally would do. So right then and there, that corrupts everything. And that was also something that I wanted to point out as well, to let people know, since Jen had said that once kids, I know it's okay, and we all, especially, you know, when you're a certain age, we want to get drunk and not remember our birthdays for some reason. When everybody like, yeah, I'm going to get pissy, stoned, and drunk and stuff. That's just a thing. And you don't know what's going on. But the thing is, that was something, too, I wanted to say, like, listen, stuff like this happens, and you don't know what's going on. It was another case, not saying a name, because I do not remember their name, since, you know, that was a factor with everything. I don't remember their name, guys. I don't remember this guy. But he was drunk. He just so happened to be in a white area, and he was drunk at the time, leaving, stumbling, and they thought that someone had basically purposely ran him over because he was black, and that was not the case. The case actually was, he actually was drunk and he was stumbling. They had to take it and show the footage, like, no, he was actually drunk. How did he get here? I don't know. I think it was a club or like a little place bar, and he was walking down the road stumbling, and he was drunk, and he went in the road.
I think I remember that. Yeah. Unsolved Mysteries, like a white Cadillac. He was found like a white Cadillac or
something like that. And from it was something, you know, they just brought, and I just said that to say this too, like when this stuff happened, it's hard to basically, I'm talking about for anybody, to really stand and be like, well, dang, you know what? Somebody did rape you, or this happened because you was drunk.
You know what the thing I always think about with this Kenneka Jenkins case? I feel like there's so much conspiracy theories out there. Yeah. And I wonder, those people who come up with these different scenarios, if they were on a jury, would they convict whoever they think is guilty with 100% certainty? Like, you have no doubt in your mind, based on what you saw from the video, and things like that. You have no doubt in your mind you would put someone to death for killing this girl. Because for sure, right. For sure, like, you have no doubt this is absolutely what happened. Yeah. None of it can be what you think. None of it can be, you know, different scenarios that you done made up in your head. 100% certainty, you can say it happened like this and it ended like this. I don't think any one person can do that.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, you know, and I never thought about it like that. And that is true. And I feel like that is the reason why a lot of people are in jail for 30 years, 40 years. And, you know, they finally get out of jail because of people that's like this. It's like, okay, you come up with this stuff in you know, in your mind. And it's like, okay, well, this is what happened. Yeah. And it's just like, come on.
And when you do look at all the YouTube videos, mainly the surfacing with Kenneka Jenkins, everything is like, they got the music that sounds very creepy and sad. And, oh my God, look, that boy just took her. Do y'all see the cameras is rolling? They got the red boxes everywhere. And it's more like, oh my God, did that really happen? Because you can't really say, like, oh, well, shoot, this does look. Now, again, people, with the people that they say have sat here for hours and hours at a time and put work into trying to see who said what. I'm not discrediting anybody for whatever you guys are doing, but and we may get our heads chopped off about this, and that's fine, because I'm not an investigator. So I didn't come on the scene and needed to know whether it was 2 or 3 or 4 friends that was together. And me not knowing that it was 3 or maybe it was 4 instead of 5, we can't get in trouble.
The problem that I have is for those few people, because this is not the majority at all.
No,
but those few people that miss the entire message about awareness and, you know, looking out.
It was skipping through
safety and safety. You like we gave so much good tips, because not only have we been young and made those same mistakes, but, you know, have children that's coming up, nephews is coming up, and, you know, want to raise certain type of awareness. We spent the whole video pretty much talking about raising awareness, not in particular about the case at all.
Yeah. Because we don't, regardless of what happened, you know, it's some safety measures that could have been taken. Could have possibly prevented everything.
Right. And that's the reason why I don't want to give a lot of attention to those negative few people, because we got a lot of great feedback, and we thank everybody for that. But it's just kind of like every video we do, we always give some type of awareness, some type of tip, some type of relationship advice, whatever it is that we can give.
Because at this point, you know, like I said, I don't want to be, and I'm sorry, people, for whoever, I don't want to join the club, and we're not joining the club with, if we make a video and say, listen, I did see this boy, I seen this camera, I seen that the minutes, and we're not saying this stuff is not true and it couldn't have happened. We don't know that. At this recent moment in time, since this has happened, because we all have either, like we said, kids, friends, nieces, nephews, or someone. Now, I have twin daughters that's 11, and I have a son. He's going to be 18, graduating. So there's not no way whether I feel what you guys are saying was true or false, that I feel that it's okay. Because, see, I'm skipping all that stuff. And now I have to go to the part as a parent to say, okay, well, dang, if my daughter's or son was to go, and I'm saying my son, if he was to go somewhere and his friends leave him and he's drunk like that, and I got to see my son walking through that hall like that, I can't. It's just so much, and I can't even talk about it and think of it. So that's the reason why we said we're going to point that part out, how she was done in that manner. I don't know what someone did. So I do believe, yes, some foul play was done. I do believe that someone could have done, because guess what? If you're drunk like that, you're a young lady, or even if you was an older one, you're drunk, that gives anybody that chance and opportunity to take advantage over you, because you're drunk. You don't know what's going on. And they know that we're living in the world like that. I've told my best friend, listen, don't go to no bank. I done told my sister, why are you going to the bank 7 o'clock at night? Guess what? It's night. 7 o'clock is not a big number, but at 7 o'clock, once it turns dark, you shouldn't be at nobody's bank. You don't know who's behind you. You know who's lurking. It's just certain things we can't do, anymore. So that was it. Now, our final thoughts and closings to this and adding this. Hey, if we see forth to say something, it will always be just awareness, not getting into the cameras and all that. That's why other channels is for that. They do that, and I applaud them. And if that can open up the case, then let's open it up. But for right now, girls and guys, please, hey, when you go somewhere, you have your own cup. Don't get nobody's cup. Your bottle, you make sure it's for you. You pay attention to it. Don't even drink, shoot, until you get to a certain age, 21 and 0, don't even drink, even if so, you can still be irresponsible. But make sure you're around people that got your back, and you know you will have theirs, so where if you go missing or something, y'all got to be close by each other to know what's going on. So it gives nobody an opportunity or, you know, chance to do anything crazy. Neek, what you got to say? Then we're going to go to Jen and Juice with her final closings.
I mean, just like what we said before and in the beginning of this video and the last video, you know, just make sure you guys are staying safe. Please, guys, that when we make these videos, take, you know, the awareness advice and the safety precautions and whatever advice that we're trying to give. We're not, like I said, we're like Scent was saying, we're not detectives. We're not trying to, you know, look into the actual specifics, but basically to raise awareness about certain cases that has happened. We have other videos where we've talked about bullying. We've talked about, you know, drugs and, you know, abuse and sexual harassment. You know, this is the type of channel we are. We are not a conspiracy theory channel at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I want to leave you guys with that.
Yep. Gina Juice.
And my final thought is I just want to hear from our audience and see, because that's something that I do want to know, if anyone feels with 100% certainty that they know what happened, or if you were on that jury and, you know, you would put someone to death if that's what it was. Let us know in the comments. I would love to see what you guys have to say about the case. Let us know. I really want to see. And that's it.
Yeah. Okay. We're out.